Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in the world of Fallout, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my settlements. I've mostly wrapped up building it, but there's some decorations that still need to be had in the interior and throughout the base, but let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be the castle settlement here. So the castle is usually in disrepair when you first arrive upon it, and as you can see, I've reinforced both the front gate and the side walls with reinforced concrete. I also integrated these windmills into the sides of the compound, just because I really like the idea of having like everything powered by windmills, but unfortunately they don't put out that much power. But they're at least a cool effect. And if you look at the windmill design, well, just ignore that little blue sky coming through the top of that thing. I think it's just because I'm not close enough. I am playing on a... There we go. So, as you can see at the top there, we have a screen mesh that's provided with the concrete blocks. The reason for that was to try and be more authentic with, you know, getting some airflow to the actual engines, or windmills, just to help cool them off. Over here we have the gatehouse. Sorry if I cough a little bit. I am getting over a little bit of a cold here. So the gatehouse here. Only thing I don't like about this is it turned out to be like an electric plug, but it's heavily fortified and it does the job. We got 2 missile defense turrets there, and we also have some hidden turrets inside here. One on the left and one on the right. And this is our primary gate to get into the actual settlement. If you back up, the guard tower room right there, originally that was supposed to be like, you know, a place for people to monitor the actual situation going on out here, but I've slowly turned it back into just kind of like a bunker for Minutemen to live, kind of like a quarters essentially. But you can also monitor the situation from there as well. But let's take a look through here. Oh, before I get started in here, I'm completely in vanilla. I don't think I have any mods even. I've never even logged into mods. I will eventually, but so all this is completely vanilla as far as building goes. However, I have used several glitches that are built into the game, including the famous rug glitch. I can actually demonstrate some of these right here. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. Oh, that's our decorations. Alright, rug. Yeah, this guy. So, rug glitch is where you can pretty much put anything that's not stackable on top of a rug, and then you can move around the rug and it'll control like where you place everything. See? So this is the rug. This is what's known as the rug glitch. You can see you can put it inside of things that are non-collisionable for the most part. It's like rubble and other things like that. So I did make extensive use of that, and you'll also notice my settlement size is pretty much maxed out. So there's another one where if you drop, just drop that on the ground. If you watch the bar carefully, if I tab and put it in there, it slowly decreases. So if you have enough items to drop on the ground, oh, here we go. Some super mutants came to visit me the other day. Actually, no, not here. Nope. But yes, I have used extensive use of that as well. There's also one more, the pillar glitch. So let's see. The easiest way to get started with a pillar glitch is getting a pillar. Alright. We have a pillar. And let's say we have a junk fence, for example. Now, junk fences don't really snap together, and they kind of are hard to put next to each other, or next to anything else. So, what you can do is you can put your pillar right next to it, click and hold E if you're on a computer, and you pretty much have a movable thing, and now I can set it inside of it, based on the actual pillar's positioning, not the actual fence. So that helps you fix any kind of gaps that you might have. And this is the latest Fallout, so all these glitches still work. Alright. So I have used all those glitches.
Far cry from working with the gunner.
Shut up, McCready.
That's behind
Alright, so right here you can see as we walk in, we already have like a little scaffolding here where we can view and monitor the situation outside, you know, defend the keep. You also have a nice little lamp there to keep you company. So, this is the Minutemen primary base, right? So, what I wanted to do here was mostly make it into like a training yard for those guys as they're bringing on new recruits and everything. So, what I have here is several obstacles. This one right here, made out of the. This is totally not an electric wire. This is actually rope, but it's a climbing obstacle, with a place for somebody that's like monitoring them as they're training to sit. And then over here we have pretty much the equivalent of the. If you ever watched football players and how they do the tire obstacle, where they put one foot into each of them. That's pretty much the idea of that one. Followed by the crawling one. Now you can't really crawl in this game, but you know, the thought's there. So it's more for aesthetics in this case. So ideally the recruits would crawl underneath these. Alright. Over here we have a shooting range. I think this is probably one of my least favorite parts of my build here. I need to refine it a little bit. I kind of imagine a shooting range would be a little more safe, for example. This is okay, but you always envision it's a little bit longer with varying distances of targets and everything. So, got the flamingos and the Nuka-Cola clocks there for the targets. Alright, so I'm just trying to think, where should we go next? Let's take a look at this tower here. And all the, oh actually, let's start in the armory. So the armory I haven't really changed much here. They've added a few things to pretty much just help out the Minutemen when they're trying to develop guns or weapons or arms. Got a nice deer head up there. Alright. And Ronnie Shaw is enjoying maintaining that place for me. Alright, so if we take a look at this guy here. This was one of the hardest pieces of the build. This took me probably majority of the hours I've sunk into this build, and I don't even know how many, because I've been building this throughout the entire campaign. It was one of the first things I did was to come here, kill the Mirelurk Queen, put her arm up on the wall, and start building. Alright, so, well, as you can see, there's a tent here. Made use of those raider tents pretty extensively throughout here, just to kind of give the Minutemen a break from the sun. And that's why the steel beam is here, just to kind of shore up the distance that's lacking from the other two. Alright. So what made this difficult was pretty much the order in which you had to build everything, and then trying to put everything in place so that the wall completely lines up flush with the outside, as well as tall enough for me to be able to put like additional blocks like this one here underneath so that I could build an office. So, and you'll notice in here, this is pretty much a Minutemen office right here. You got some storage, kind of typical stuff you'd see. This would be kind of like the main headquarters for the most part, like the people in charge. Got some guns on the wall. You can see, like, I kind of actually like the way that the rubble like comes in, and that's why, like, if you look at the room, it's kind of angled. It's not really a perfect square, and that's because there's so much rubble right there. I couldn't really make use of anything. So I like the look how it turned out. It's kind of like built on the fly around things. Makes it feel a little more natural. And you'll see I have a bathroom in here as well, ignoring the somewhat floating toilet. But yeah, this is the rubble. So like you can see, I definitely couldn't make use of like all the everything down here for the most part. And what made this all possible here was actually the curved elements of the cement group of structure blocks, whatever you want to call it, because they actually don't collide as they don't really collide with a lot of stuff as much as like the straight blocks do inside of the concrete. But yeah, I like the nice industrial feel in here. This is probably my favorite places to like walk around and look at. As you see, I have very little decoration. Still need to work on that. I had to use the pillar glitch here to glitch in the concrete stairs, but I like how it turned out. And I use scaffolding for the most part for connecting random bits of things on the dynamic terrain, like the rubble and everything, so I guess it gives it a nice little look to it. So if we come up here, underneath the beautiful tent, well, somewhat underneath the tent, you can sit here and cook some good food right next to the explosives. Don't worry about that. There's a story behind that. I'll get to it. But let's get in here first. We have a missile turret that's hooked up from the actual, yeah, it's hooked up from the actual windmill here. So that's powering that. We have like a little office or a little place for our guards to sit and shoot the shit. And also have some weapons on the wall for when they need it. And I just wanted to put that there because it seemed like it was really... I wanted to put the jump fences here just primarily because it looked like it would be climbable. I know you can't really climb in this game, but I don't know. I like the... I want to build immersive settlements, so I didn't want anybody being able to try to like climb up the side here without, you know, a little bit more difficult effort here. Alright, so if we move up here, there's really not much here. This is just a guard tower primarily and equipped with a bunch of weapons, and you can see this is actually the room for the actual windmill. Yeah, you can see all the way up there for the most part. I originally wanted to put like a room above the windmill, but it just got way too tall. And you can kind of look out over the west bank, make sure. Bird! Bird! Yeah! Did I get him? I don't know. I have an explosive weapon, so I'm not sure if it actually hit him. Alright. So let's take a look down here. Well, we'll get into the guard tower eventually. That's gonna... let's go around the outside first here. So here, I didn't really have a good way to connect that, so I kind of just dropped it down low with the scaffolding stairs there. But it turned out pretty nice. I like how it kind of flows awkwardly into this. I like the unconventional look. Alright, so the story time. If you look down below this, let me pull this up, you'll see there's nothing there for the most part, other than like a little bit of rubble. And that's because when you first come here, there's a Mirelurk Queen and a bunch of Mirelurks with their nest. I came here so early that the Mirelurks were all here, and when you do that by yourself and open up the settlement, the nests remain. They don't disappear until the Minutemen actually come and join you at the castle later on in the quest line. So I originally had built this platform in preparation for putting artillery here before I had even had the Minutemen move in. So, and I've just kind of kept it now because it kind of looks kind of cool. I like the difference of it between the other three, the fact that it stands up a little higher. It's like, this is more of like one for show, like, yeah, people can kind of see it. It's like, you know, we mean business. You're not gonna, don't mess with us, kind of thing. Yeah, so there's a better view of the actual grates and everything on the windmill tower. This is all concrete block. Got a nice little guard area, and then kind of have some. I have some stairs for some flow here for compensating for that. This blocks off the. Yeah, somebody probably could climb up that anyway as well, but I haven't bothered with that yet. All right, so you probably noticed these throughout the build system here. Oops, sorry. Ah. There's these little embankments. What I envisioned these to be is just kind of like a place for people to relax, as well as, you know, defend the fort from invaders, and kind of what is it called? Parapets, I think, or the ones that are in medieval castles, or I'm probably using the word wrong. It's the little slits in the holes, or slits in the wall, or slits in the tower that you can shoot arrows and everything out of. kind of inspired by that. Although it does leave you exposed at some angles, but I don't know. I like the look of them, and I wanted something for defensive wise on the walls here, especially for any sea creatures that try to come back and spray acid upon us. All right. And then I also have these random toolboxes everywhere. Since I'm not really using any mods like the Unlock Settlement mod or anything like that, so I don't really have access to ammo boxes or anything like that, so I think the Minutemen are pretty, reliable in the fact that they can scavenge something together to actually make it usable for another purpose. So they're pretty much using toolboxes for their ammo. And they do have some demo boxes for other things as well. And that one is actually already there. I don't think you can even move it, can you? Yeah, I can't move it. Alright, so let's see, where do we want to go next? Well, the upstairs here, if we work our way around and then we'll go inside after this. Yeah, see, she's using it. Anyways, yeah, so there's not much different there. You can kind of get like a look of like our entire base here. You get McCready, did you leave open the damn gates? You're gonna let the freaking cow out. I swear, this guy, look at him!
Keep leading and I'll follow you. That was the deal, right?
He opens every gate. God, he bothers me so much. He also doesn't shut up. Anyways. Alright. Well, we'll go down there later, but let's go inside here first. Oh, actually, before we go inside, let's take a look at this. So this is something I just recently added, which is really something I got excited about because I had not planned for this to exist right here. So I had already built this structure here, the guardhouse and everything, and then I noticed that I had some space here, you know, on the side of it. I was getting tired of like having to run into the castle and run up through here to get up here again. I really wanted just like an outdoor way of doing it. So fortunately, like if you notice here, you see these bricks? You can actually set the stairs on there, and I thought that was pretty awesome. And I just finagled with it until I got it to the place where I needed to, and made it all the way down here. So I was pretty happy with that. And then I added these, the steel reinforced. I tried to get scaffolding underneath there, but it didn't really work out very well, just because I have the fence there as well, kind of blocking off some of the rubble back there. Ooh, paintbrush. I'll be taking that. Might do some painting while we're on this tour. Yeah, so I was pretty excited with how that turned out. And then for here, I just pretty much attached this isn't really attached to anything. I just it looks like it's attached, but attached it to one of the pylons. Alright, so in here, we can go up here first, and you have like a nice little lookout bay area with turrets next to it in case you need a guard. So I started with the Minutemen throughout the playthrough, so when the Institute and Brotherhood of Steel attacked me, this was actually a good spot to defend the place against the incoming attackers. So inside here, kind of like the other one, where we have, you know, a wall of guns and a place for people to sit, look out upon the awesome settlement. I don't know if I'd call it awesome, but I like it to a point. We also have a guard tower here, another good vantage point. Then we have like just basic storage for Minutemen. They'd probably have their, you know, equipment and gear in here, as well as a nice little place to wipe off the feet. Let me get the dirt off. Alright. Good to go. And there's not like a lot of light up here because I didn't want to like really draw attention to anything up here, so I wanted people to be kind of invisible up here for when they're on guard duty. I need to add some lights down there though to like illuminate to illuminate out here so that they can see things better. Alright, so let's go in here. As you come in, you'll see that we have some bunks for the Minutemen to stay in, and we also have a nice kitchen and dining area. for them to cook the meals and everything. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit a bathroom up here. Probably could have done it right here, maybe, but I like having the 2 sets of bedrooms here. It's pretty nice. And then they can also guard as they're munching on their breakfast cereal. Sugar bombs. Well, it would help if I shot, you know, in the right direction. And not hit the wall. Alright. So that is the guardhouse. If we move down here. Alright, go away, blood. We got the picture. This is just kind of like a little gym area. When I first put this in here, holy crap, all the Minutemen gathered around this thing. Everybody wanted to lift some weights, man. They want to get swole. And down here we have the dining area, the primary one. So I guess I don't really need a dining area up there. But, I don't know. Guards need it. The guards don't really want to have to come all the way down here just to eat. And for the life of me, I cannot get that stuff to stand up. Oh well. Wait, whoa. Is this thing off the wall? It's off the wall! What the hell? Is it always... No, it hasn't always been like that. Where did you... Okay. Wait, it is off the wall still. Isn't it? Ah, I'll mess with it later. But as you can see, I have a nice little counter for all the cooks and everything. Got some... Oh, I got a cooking pot in there, alright. That's pretty awesome. I did not put that in there. You got some fish. It looks like a really big eye. You got the big-eyed fish for dinner, you know. Look at him. He's probably pretty tasty looking, excluding the little lesions you see on the side of him. Yeah, so this would be a good place for them to...
Right. Hell, I have a ton of them.
Yeah, shut up, McCready. Got several tables throughout here. I just stuck with the typical incandescent light bulbs that they had default with the castle. I don't know. I tried to mess with these, but they became overbearing when they used them too much. So, the industrial lights, I kind of took them, threw them out the door, and moved it back to the incandescents. I might still play with it a little bit. This is a bathroom. There we go. And if you're wondering how I got it like this, I pretty much used the little wood half walls right here, and then I used the pillar glitch to maneuver the actual doors in here. So to actually get the doors like that, you put the door frame down first, remove the door frame, and then pillar glitch the door actually into place. And we got here some bunk beds and like a nice little privacy wall here for these two. Well, somewhat privacy wall for the guy downstairs. The guy upstairs don't really got much. But I really like the bunk bed look. It's definitely very military. Really wish they had a bunk bed furniture, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Let's come out here and fix these gates that McCready keeps opening, so I don't lose my cow. Actually, the cow's pretty content. He's never really, even when the gates are left open, he doesn't really get out. Originally, I had just captured the cow using the trap, the Brahmin trap, and then I put this right here, and then he thankfully just migrated right to it. So I put some razor grain in there for him to gnaw on every once in a while. I don't know what he's doing here, but
nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
all right. So actually, let's take a step back. So I have several crop fields, primarily fruit, and just because they generate the most.
Pretty simple arrangement.
What are you doing? Dude, are you stuck? McCready, you're not supposed to stick your head through the wire fence, man. Got one on the outside just for effects.
Growing well.
Yeah, it definitely is growing well. Alright, let's walk through here. So now this is the hospital wing, essentially. And we got several hospital beds. We got a nurse's station. And we also have a surgery operating room thing. Yeah, so we got a single table. Probably could dress this up a little bit, put some bone saws out and stuff. I still need to do some decorating. Then over here we got just some storage for the people that are staying here temporarily. And down here, this is what flows into the actual basement. So I thought that was perfect for the actual, you know, hospital wing. So in case like we need to like you're getting bombarded, need to protect the people that are, you know, sick and ill, so you can move them easily down there real quickly. Alrighty. We got this guy selling some drugs, alright. Keep up the good work, man. We have a guns and ammo shop where we don't have, well, as you can see, I don't have many people still. I need to put up a beacon. I have primarily Minutemen right now, so most of them are on defensive duties. And yep. Then we have ourselves a trader office here. They got some storage back here for them. And
Hi, how are you?
I've also put these safes behind every single stall. So each of them have their own like place to store their stuff. We got some magazines and generic shelves for other things I need to put on there for this person. We have the armory. Got a few things up here, but still missing a person to sell those. Got some mannequins over here for showing off what they're offering as far as goods. Then they have another bathroom here, since we got so many people that are probably gonna be living in the settlement. You gotta have toilets.
It's getting dark out there, people.
You gotta have
Stay safe.
toilets, man. All right.
Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
So down here, this is actually the Minutemen, like, this is the primary residence hall for most of the Minutemen. You can get a place for them to trade and play, or, well, play some cards and stuff. Place for them to write home. You know, a trunk for, like, any extracurricular activities, like Frisbee. And we got some, just beds, but one set of bunk beds. Didn't really have room to put a lot of those. And then, nice little workout bench since they enjoyed the first one so much. I just threw that one right there in the middle of the room. And down here we have the basketball court. Yeah. Got some benches on the side and just a flag. This is where we keep the balls. Boom. That's pretty much it as far as the interior goes. Let's see. What else do we have to show you guys? Oh yeah. So this is the congregation area for where like the leaders of the Minutemen will give speeches and people to come together. Got a nice little bench area over here. This is just mostly just for looks and getting over the rubble. I kind of like that, the fact that they're improvising and not having to walk across rubble. Alright, and so this is the view from here. As you can see right there, this is our primary place for all of our power needs. I use the large generators just because they're a little bit quieter. Yeah, so you can't really hear it that much. Then we also have our primary source of water here. We have the two taps on both sides here. So that's pretty cool. And then we have just empty space right here. I've wanted to have empty space just for like other training exercises like you know, jumping jacks and all that other stuff, all that jazz. Didn't want to put any more obstacles throughout the entire base just because it gets a little cramped. Don't want to cramp everything. Now this guy, I've hooked him up with an additional storage facility for all of his like radio equipment and all that. So through here, if you walk through, you got a bunch of boxes and containers for all of his stuff, and there's also an extra chair. Probably should just put a bed in here for this guy. He never leaves. This is one of those people that loves what they do. He's a good man, good man. Alright, let's see, what else we got here?
This is Radio Freedom.
Oh,
broadcasting
yes.
all day,
Let's go through here.
all across
So you can
the
see we have
Commonwealth.
well, other than the Marlet Claw,
Stay safe out
we
there.
have this locked down even further. We have several fences and turrets here, which leads into here. We have some storage for... Who left the door open? So much for defensive. Let's just walk out here and come back in. So this is the, you know, the south end of things. So for here we have the typical pier-like walkway thing. I don't know what you call it. But yeah, so I used that and then I just wrapped it around with the junk fences and other small fences. It gives it kind of a cool look. Looks a little bit more defendable. Got several turrets out here, and then got the Yao Guai. God, the eyes just creep me out. I don't know why I put that there, but I figured if the invaders made it this far, they'd probably be like, "Whoa, okay, we gotta turn around." That's freaking crazy. Oh, I haven't visited a place. What the heck? What have I not visited? Huh, that's weird. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Let's see. We'll give you guys a nighttime view here as well. So let's take a walk through the grounds at nighttime. There's not a lot of illumination just because we're using primarily oil out here. We want to reduce our power consumption. Most of our power consumption goes into actually running the actual radio transmitter and alright. Did I leave that open or did somebody else come behind me?
This is Radio Freedom.
Somebody else came behind me, I swear it.
Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Grady, where'd you go? He's gonna answer for this. He's got like a nervous twitch where he's just gotta open up gates, open and close them. All right. So you get kind of idea for the illumination out here. But that's pretty much it for as far as the actual settlement goes. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this little tour. I have a few others that I'd like to show. I haven't really. This is my primary settlement that I've been working on since the beginning of the game. So this is what I've dedicated most of my time and effort to.
Nothing to report.
I know it looks pretty sparse in comparison, but try to go for that realistic look, or realistic within the game universe. But yeah, so hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope y'all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.